selling grills. And I had the most attractive client come up to me.
Oh,
and I said, "Do you like barbecue?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Because I'm about to put my meat all up in your grill." And then I got to leave work early. And now I'm here. Dave didn't do that. I didn't do that.
They've never done that. You're jumping off of the conclusions. I mean, it's the quiet ones that surprise you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Was that the Kevin Spacey's barbecue?
Kevin Lutwack. And there's a house of cards in there. He came to my work though, ironically.
Dave or Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey came to my work. There's a video online circulating where he was like walking around in Baltimore, and it was like right out front of my office, and I was like, great, fuck.
Oh shit!
So you had Kevin Spacey. He came right at your orifice.
When you put it that way, no.
I think you're all right though. I think you're too old for him.
No.
Now, yeah. When I met him, I wasn't.
Oh boy.
Nothing happened.
How old were you?
24.
Oh yeah, he grabbed your dick.
He just said that they meet, and I think it was the other spelling.
MEET, not MEAT.
Because I remember our story from when we, meet at the. God damn it, my brain's all over the place. I was going to say when we did the exchange, but that doesn't sound good either. So we'll stop there. Anyway, go back to old episodes. We've told the story a dozen times, but it makes both of our judgments suspect.
Sorry, folks. I was dealing with a child who was having a complete, utter mental breakdown. I walked in, and she's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, my feet smell. I'm like, okay, but my nose runs.
Oh my god!
Hi, everybody.
Your previous joke was a little bit better.
Dave's saving his really good material for the 200 number episodes, so you got to slog through the first.
What number are we on?
74.
Were you guys recapping my jokes while I was here?
Well,
I made a barbecue related joke. I mean, I think you might appreciate that.
I'll grill you on that later.
There. Grill was part of the punchline.
Motherfucker.
Sorry. In fact, I was going to blow smoke up his... Never mind.
It's funny you should mention blow smoke.
Just as we see Kevin Spacey in the background. Bring him on camera. Introduce him to the crowd.
Dude, that was just searing.
So Spacey and Cosby walk into a bar.
Oh God.
That's what all the women and the little boys said.
Oh God. Oh, well, before our show gets too dark, it's Thursday. We're all here. The gang is all here. And that can only mean it's time for a new episode. Well, actually, no. I mean, if the gang's all here, we go on. We've had an episode where it was just me and Dave. Now we switch to the Decepticon motif.
You said it got dark in here, so I had to change it.
I like it. I like where you're heading.
You know, dark humor is just like sick orphans. Never gets old.
Oh.
Now that one I appreciate. And you know what? The Chinese people currently appreciate that joke too. Thanks, Dave.
I should have bought Corona tonight.
Yeah.
I have Jack Daniels for once.
I don't have a beer.
No, the Corona was a very, very dark joke. Going right
I
off
brought
the
I brought the favorite
California
meal of
right
the
now too.
collector who spent too much money.
I wonder if T is aware of the current crises in China.
He doesn't watch the news.
That's why I'm asking. Because there's not enough. The coronavirus does not have the articulation he possesses to care at all.
Yeah.
I'm too old to worry. I barely know about what's going on in Australia. Is that still happening?
Kangaroo fires, yes.
I believe it is, yeah. I mean, you survived the last plague, so you've seen it. That was a year-old joke. So.
Yeah, that's right before you wrote in on your Brachiosaur. Yeah.
I remember my first beer. Anyway, going back to the introduction that never happened. It's Thursday. It's figure action time. We're here live on YouTube. And if you're watching us, just as a reminder, make sure you kielbasa slam that like button for us, as it helps us out. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe and the notify button. Our New Year's resolution is to get up to 1,000 subs, so we can start hopefully getting like
I just ate 3 this week.
Yeah, you did 3 what?
I ate 3 subs this week.
Oh,
was it delicious?
Calm down. Yeah, calm down, Jared.
Was it on my channel? Because I had negative 1 subscribers yesterday.
That was me. I accidentally hit the unsubscribe button.
Man, way to hype up your channel. People are leaving in droves. Everybody, watch.
Please invest in our declining product.
Anyway, and if you're watching us here live on YouTube, make sure you participate in that live chat where you get to be part of the show. I am your host, Extra Zero, and joining me is the full cast and crew. These crazy characters. We're gonna run through it, starting off with the absentee ballot. Parts former himself.
I'm here. I casted my ballot last time. Y'all just didn't, I was here in spirit. I was in the back room. I was clapping. I was chanting.
Were you clapping them Chiefs?
Do what? It looked like you squinted at the camera. Can I see it now? Is it live? Is she back there? What's going on? I'm here in my basement. I'm drinking Jack Daniels.
Nice.
Because I can. I don't think I've ever actually participated in drinking of the alcoholic beverages while on the show, and tonight I felt like it, so here I am.
It is.
I am not allowed to drink Jack Daniels anymore.
I don't usually consume calories after 8 o'clock, but for you fine folks, I still don't usually do it. But tonight I'm making an exception.
Oh, I like
Hi.
it.
Let me see. Run down some of the stuff that I acquired. I don't collect Marvel Legends, but god damn it, he just looks so good. I got me a Doctor Doom. Since he's so hard to find, that spoke to me too when I saw him on the shelf. I'm like, man, so many people want this. I think I'm going to grab it.
So
and deny somebody theirs.
Say what?
No.
Have you changed your mind about letting him go?
Maybe. He is really... It is a beautiful figure. For $20, they went all out on this guy.
Next week, you're going to see 5 of them on shelf.
Yeah, it kind of makes me sad though for other Marvel Legends, to see what they get away with some of the other figures is kind of disheartening to see that they can do so much good on one figure and then go so cheap on the next. But I guess that's how they balance it.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's what we'll tell ourselves. The other thing I got was I rounded out my original 3 New Age Seekers. So these things are a fucking joy. I love these guys. If honestly anybody now that's a Legends collector, we've entered into the golden age of Legends collecting. I think this is it. I think Fans Toys and maybe Make Toys to some extent ushered in the golden age of masterpiece collecting a year, 2 years ago. And now Legends is getting all the good stuff, in my opinion. I think they're the New Age, Iron Factory, Magic Square. They're all bringing something unique to the table.
Do you think New Age is going to kill Iron Factory?
No, because they're two totally different aesthetics. I think you're gonna get people for instance, I bought the New Age Megatron, or I bought the Iron Factory Megatron, and everybody loves it, and I just didn't really like it. I thought it was clunky for a Megatron, but the New Age one's perfect. But then the Jetfire that they came out with, Iron Factory Jetfire, I love that thing, and it's still clunky too. So I don't fucking know. I get what I like.
I saw somebody selling the Megatron earlier on Facebook.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The Iron Factory Megatron's good. Oh, Joe, are you selling things? Everybody go to Joe's Facebook page and buy his shit.
Yep.
Or Toyco.
And he's selling
anyone wants Iron Factory stuff, I might be your source.
If you're looking for an Iron Factory Starscream, Joe is selling it at a reasonable price, reasonable scalper's price.
No, actually, I put $40 for each Seeker.
Even Starscream.
Yep, $60 for the Ghost Starscream, and I want to say I did 50 for the Megatron.
At those
No
prices, Matt Baldwin will probably rebuy all of those things
I
for
might
you.
be too low, and people must think it's like a joke or like they're KO.
It's a
or
scam.
something.
Do you think people? Are you worried that people think that maybe you're a joke for putting those at those prices? That maybe you could star next to Joaquin Phoenix and
Yes, I
the
was getting ready
Joker?
to say I did recently
The
watch that movie,
Joker?
and I'm just saying maybe I sympathize with his character.
Did you recently watch it for the first time?
Yes,
And what did you? What's your opinion? What's your
I
30-second review?
I freaking loved it.
Do you think Zero brought you on here just to make fun of you?
Possibly.
At least he's not calling me Zero.
Well, I'm not saying anything, but there might be a 38 stub nose in my pocket. I'm just saying.
All this time I thought you were just happy to see me.
It's not the size; it's how you use it. We all
That's
know
right.
that. It's okay. So, would you? I've heard people complain, if you can call it a complaint, that Joker is really a movie about nothing. That it's that ultimately there's not really a whole lot of plot besides this one dude's descent into Joker madness. How do you respond to that? Do you think that's accurate?
I mean, there was a show about nothing for like a decade
Right.
that was like the most popular show on TV.
And that was one of the
Haley
first.
Steinfeld?
That was one of the first comments made to that comment. So you're right in line.
It's not a superhero movie in the sense of there's a big, huge world-ending plot or even a city-ending plot. It is very much just like one deranged, sad story that just kind of steamrolls out of control. And
it takes this story, I think, in is it Red Hood? Or is it? I can't remember if it's Red Hood or Killing Joke, where they give Joker the backstory that he had one really, really fucking bad day.
Yeah, well,
that's Killing Joke.
Killing Joke. Yeah, yeah. I feel like they went that direction, and I appreciate it.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, did everyone here
he had a
see it?
totally different bad day in the Killing Joke.
Absolutely, but the feeling of it still remained the same. I think you still took this decent guy and shit on him, and then shit on him again, and then brought Kevin Spacey over to shit on him.
He was definitely already mentally ill. I assume everyone here has seen the movie.
Yeah.
Killing Joke had like 60% more Batman.
Yeah. I mean, there's also some elements
I don't
of
think that a lot of the stuff that happened in the Joker actually happened.
That's true.
They.
Oh, spoilers! Joker talk apparently.
Yeah. Well, it's been out for it's on Amazon
it has.
now, whatever. But so they showed him at one point in the mental institution in a different setting, and he's talking to like a different doctor or whatever, and you already knew that the whole chick with the girlfriend didn't, or the chick that was down the hall that he thought was his girlfriend didn't happen. I don't think the whole Murray talk show thing even happened, and the stuff in the street where they pulled him out of the car and people were cheering. I don't think any of that happened.
You think the stuff at the end was the only real stuff? Where he was talking to his therapist?
I think maybe he...
I think it happened.
I feel like it happened too because they brought the Waynes into it.
Yeah.
Because when would he have been in the mental institution if he didn't get arrested at the end and he got out?
Maybe they didn't tell you what time it was, so maybe they caught him, and this was like a little while later.
Yeah, that's the impression.
It's open to
or he's just some guy who was enamored with who the real Joker is, and that was all in his head that he's the real Joker. And
that's true too. That's also a theory that this is a copycat.
But he wouldn't have to know about the whole Wayne situation because they made sure to talk about that.
But he may have made that up in his head, though.
But he never knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman, which is why there was no Batman.
See, I think everything happened. I think the riots happened. I think the subway where the cop got killed, I think that happened. But I don't know if the whole Murray talk show thing and him surviving the crash and getting pulled out and all the people cheering for him, I don't think that happened. I think that was all in his head.
I think it all did. I think it was pretty literal.
But they sprinkle enough just to make you not sure.
Yeah, make you think like, oh.
And that's perfect. I think that's essential Joker, where you never know what he's saying or what he's thinking is actually real.
And I think I think the best movies are movies where you fill in the blanks. I mean, I personally think that the Star Wars trilogy was better when you just had the Obi-Wan's speech about what happened, who Anakin was and what happened to him, and Darth Vader killed your father. He was seduced by the dark side. That, and when your mind fills in the blank, I think it's far more powerful than seeing very literal things.
But they can't make money off of your brain thinking up its own scenarios.
You say that. I think studios today are too afraid to. I think because they solicit feedback from the lowest common denominators before they actually allow movies, to do that. And I think Joker is a great example of a modern day film that leaves a lot up to your interpretation and your imagination, and was wildly successful. That's really I think that's really awesome that could happen in it's 2020 now, but in 2019 that we could have a movie like that and it could do really well. And
sure.
Universally is liked, and people are still talking about it because there are things to interpret. I think when movies are too literal and they hit the nail on the head far too much, people enjoy them, but you can't go back and rewatch things like Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049 are great watches because there's so much in those movies. You're like, well, wait a minute, was this reality, or was this that whole argument about Deckard even being a replicant, and 2049 doesn't even answer that.
So there's also something that can be said about a movie that you sit down, you pay attention to, you sort of absorb and soak in and try to come up with some kind of meaning for you personally. But then on the flip side, there can exist these other on the nose, sort of in your face, this is the way it is movie that you could just sit and, I mean, people say a turn your brain off movie is a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think there's room for that to exist. And sometimes you want to come sit down and just see some shit and not have to ponder the meaning of life when you watch a movie, which is not to certainly not to say anything about those type of movies either. There's room for everything.
Yeah. I just think it's nice to have movies back that are subject to interpretation, because
absolutely
they have been gone, and they've been gone from the mainstream for a very long time.
So to round out this huge digression, I'll say that last night I also watched, I don't know if you all heard of this, but there's a movie called Parasite that came out last year.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. And it's one where if you're the type of moviegoer that is really good at guessing a direction a movie's going to go and like sees a trailer and thinks, okay, well, Christ, I've seen the whole fucking movie now. Go watch this, because it definitely subverts expectations. I think it's a really good, it's a foreign language Korean movie. So if you don't like to read subtitles, move along. But I think it's worth the time. It's a really cool movie. It's got a great twist to it. So that's what I got this week. Back to you, Jordan.
To say, I'm going to agree with Kev here. So Kev writes, also, since so many people get amped up before a movie even drops, and are marking it as the greatest movie ever, he likes going against the grain. I think the hype trains are a problem with movies these days. Getting a lot of echo
feedback
here.
Somebody's giving some feedback. I'm gonna say it's T.
That might have been me.
Oh. Yeah, then I blame T. I'm sorry.
Did it go
T.
away?
And of course, echo, stop.
No, it's still there.
Might be T.
It ain't me.
All right, it probably is me. I was trying to make an adjustment
test.
on the fly, but it didn't work, so I'll fix it real quick.
All right. Anyway, going back to the traditional order, Dave, how the hell are you? Actually, no, we'll go T. T, how the hell are you? And what did you get this week?
I am spectacular. And I got this Batman. He good. I like him. Well, I think that he's good, since everybody's so divided and you can't like things nowadays.
Nope.
I like it. I think it has all the articulation that you should have. It's sort of like a cheap Storms collectibles, but not cheap in a way of like the Family Dollar Transformers versus the regular Transformers. Speaking of Family Dollar Transformers, I got these Bumblebee, Cyberverse, Optimus, and Megatron right here. And yeah, they have all the art engineering of Siege, but they have the opposability of Siege, but they have the engineering of something that came out 5 years ago.
And if they were the Family Dollar Transformers, my ass would be in Family Dollar.
Yeah, I wish they were, to be honest. But I think instead of the Build-A-Figure thing, they should have just gave them more plastic in their body.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd even say it's cool that they got. This is why they didn't give the Siege figures blast effects, because if they did, they would have turned out like this. But they aren't horrible. They get the job done, but the ball joints are loose straight out of packages. It's almost like I owned the toy for 10 years already.
Wait, so you're saying it's loose and not enough plastic?
Yeah.
So it's like a third-rate porn star.
Yeah.
I think your review has been watched, T.
He needs the what?
He needs to kick higher. I mean, I will say this guy can kick pretty darn high.
Optimus can. I don't know if you saw my pose. The Optimus can kick really high. But I went to Five Below and randomly found Agent Mulder here and Mega Constructs form, and I did wind up buying the gray guy. I wasn't going to get him at first, but then I realized, oh crap, they're cheaper than $5.
Is he really called the gray guy?
No, it just says X-Files.
Oh.
They don't even give him a name.
Wow.
But I thought it was gray. Let me see on here. No, it just says X-Files, which is boring, but it does say Fox Mulder right there. I never know how to turn this daggone thing.
So not even the Mega Constructs want to acknowledge that it's an alien?
Right. And right here, it looks like, I thought he was reading a magazine, but I think he's holding a fetus.
What if it's a magazine about fetuses? Joe, you subscribe to that, don't you?
What am I subscribing to?
All right, that is harsh.
Yeah,
T-Man? Yes, I do subscribe to T-Man.
Yeah, the moment's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. You missed it. Now we're just beating a dead horse.
I got more stuff if the music ever goes away. And because she was $13 and I wanted it anyway, and I really
that's how he explained himself to the police.
Yeah,
I'm glad he said dollars.
I can hear my own self laughing. But Dark Bomber from Fortnite, McFarlane's. Her paint is immaculate. The paint on the accessories, which you can't see on this camera right here.
She's the McFarlane one. I was like looking through the Jazzwares for her, and I was like, oh, can't find her.
I don't think she exists yet. Not in the 6-inch form. They do have I think they do have the 4-inch version. But her paint, it is unbelievable. You'll be able to see that whenever I do a full video on her. I don't know what kind of video I'm going to do because she is kind of old. And she's a McFarlane and everybody hates them.
Do a full frontal.
But that's about that for me. I'm great, and I got some great stuff that I like.
Right on. All right. Dave, how about you? How in the hell are you doing? What did you get?
Exhausted, but sober. And it's been a little light on the plastic acquisitions this week. I only picked up 2 things. And they're pretty much the exact same thing. I got 2 Stepford Cuckoos.
Yeah. Well, they are the exact same thing. It's just whatever heads you put on them.
Exactly. I picked up 2 of them just because, and I'll probably rotate the 3 heads to the main one, and just probably put different female heads on this one.
Jokes.
Oh, I know.
Why are you only get 2?
Because then I would be stuck with like 6 sets of heads.
So many jokes.
That's what happened to so many people with
I know. I only have, but some people were repurposing. Like a lot of people made a custom wolf bane. Some people use them for other. So
yeah, Inador Melage.
So educate me. What is a Stepford Cuckoo?
Long story short, someone pretty much took the eggs out of Emma Frost and turned them into clones. There was originally 5 of them, and then 2 of them got killed off. So now there's 3. But
And they just
now I have
I saw they were in the background just looking creepy.
and now I have a schoolgirl Marvel Legend, so I can pop different female body heads on them. I think it would be kind of cool putting this one on the goth sorceress girl and vice versa as well.
Oh, put Jubilee on there.
I don't think tones would be right. But really well done on the sculpt. The hands are actually a little different hands, believe it or not. And she does come with more clear effects. So I've got 2 of these. And that's all I've really picked up. Next, I got to put a ship notice from Big Bad Toy Store this week. So that means I might get it, this month or maybe this year. We'll see.
Do you have the clear effects near you? I haven't watched any reviews on her.
I've got them on her arms.
And they only had telepathy, right?
Yeah, but they're powerful telepaths.
I would pretend that they had telekinesis if I get them. They're going to be in all kinds of flying poses.
Well, I was thinking I was going to try to, just have them, 2 of them flanking Emma Frost. So
I've had that dream.
But yeah, it's been kind of light on the toy end side. Been going through and I realized that my Vulture is I never thought I'd say this, the old version of Vulture, because apparently, I don't know if you guys found out there's actually 2 versions of this figure floating around.
No.
What's the difference?
This back wing right here, on the old version, the peg is up here in the shoulder biceps, and in the new ones, it's actually in the forearm.
Oh.
So that way, when you twist the arm, the whole wing will twist with it. So they made a running design change.
I'm shocked that wasn't something that was decided beforehand, because that seems like a fairly no-brainer. Not that I'm a toy designer, but
well, I still think he looks great.
Yeah. That face sculpt, that's an example. We were talking about this earlier. That's an example of a photoreal comic face that looks amazing. It's not based in reality, but that is all kinds of old man. I got an old man shelf that thing could fit on.
This guy is perfect for your old white man shelf right there.
Yeah.
He's got the grabby hands, which happens to go I could have him just teasing after the schoolgirl. Hey, come here, little girl.
If they make Rise Skywalker, and I get him and I put him on the old man shelf, that then characterizes it no longer as an old white man shelf, right? I can call it just sort of community harmony kind of thing.
If you get the what figure?
If they make a Black Series Lando from Rise of Skywalker, that is in fact an old black man. But I still would want to put him on that shelf, that same old.
Well, you
guy
could put
shelf.
Sam Jackson up there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's enough. See,
you need Sam Jackson. You would need that, and then you'd somehow need to get a
Danny Glover.
No,
that would be good.
I was thinking of God, what's his name? He was in The Mandalorian, played Apollo Creed.
Oh yeah. You're talking about Carl Weathers.
Carl
Yes,
Weathers.
you need a Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
You would
There you go.
definitely need
See,
a Carl Weathers.
then I could recategorize that shelf. I want to be inclusive.
These days and age, maybe those figures don't identify as old white men. Maybe they're old white ladies. Some of them.
Good night, everybody. It was a great show, and I'll see you all next week. You can catch me on.
Actually, sorry, that was our last episode. Bye, y'all.
Did anybody ever see the body they used for the Golden Girls B. Arthur? It had the same body as Daniel LaRusso underneath the clothes.
That's probably real life accurate.
Probably is.
We would never know.
They probably went and looked at old photos and desecrated the grave and figured it out. Yeah.
Look,
Because Daniel Russo's dead, right?
No.
His career is.
Obviously, B. Arthur's dead.
All right. Speaking of scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Oh God.
Damn.
It sounded like that's what T was doing. But also, Joe, how are you?
Okay, good save. Yeah, good save. I'm doing pretty good for being bottom of the barrel.
Technically, that wasn't me yet.
I wasn't in last week, so I'll show you guys. I actually bought a Marvel Legends. We'll keep the train going. And
of all
I've
the
been
ones
informed.
You got that one.
Yeah, well, exactly. I was getting ready to say I've been informed because I'm a Marvel Legend noob that this is the shitty Spider-Man body. So
it only goes up from here.
I got to go find the right one, which I actually do want the Doc Ock Spider-Man. I
saw him yesterday. Could have picked it up for you.
I actually just bought this because I thought the color kind of looked cool, and I was like, you know what? I've never bought one of these. That wasn't like a gift. This is something I'm going to keep. So I was like, eh. And I had a GameStop.
The other armor is so much cooler, though.
I seen that one too, but there was something about I don't know. This one kind of spoke
really
to me.
Nice.
Well, if you like that one, you're going to be in love when you get your hands on, like a real Spider-Man figure.
Jeez, Dave, can you shit on his Spider-Man anymore?
I'm not going to be buying like a bunch of Spider-Man
Dave,
figures.
is that how you sell grills? Because no wonder you work so hard.
Yeah.
No, that's why I tell people not to buy a Weber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Someone kick Dave out of here.
Yeah, one day Dave will pass through Maryland. I'll invite him over, and I'll be like, you have a charbroil, you piece of shit. Why don't you go kill yourself?
Yeah,
he will actually shit on your grill.
Is it a true infrared?
No,
or is it a regular charbroil?
What?
It's a propane charbroil grill.
You didn't get the true infrared. Okay, it's a piece of shit.
Oh God.
Damn, a grill elitist.
Yeah,
right. I have no idea. You guys come to North Carolina. I come to North Carolina. I'll show you.
Do you
Dude,
have?
We're all here. We're all in the north, man.
Do you have a Twitter account that is like Grill Elitist with a blue check mark next to it?
I will in about a month.
Okay.
Just call it Grill Elitist.
So anyway, that's all. I actually did get the what the hell are they called?
I did actually get a complaint lodged against me for shaming someone's grill at work.
The New Age, the other two Seekers. So I got those guys, Thundercracker and Skywarp. They're at work, so I can't show them to you. Matt probably showed them to you all last week, so I think
Matt wasn't here.
I wasn't on.
Oh, see, I didn't want it. Well, so
fuck. Not even our own cast members watch the show.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't on, so why would I watch the show?
This is my point as well.
But that's it for me. How about you, Zero?
All right. Well, I'm doing pretty well. I'm a little bit tired. I had a new intern start this week.
Was she hot?
She hot?
No, it's not a Shay.
Then why were you?
Was he hot?
No, because I've been having to basically do 3 jobs. I'm doing my job in operations. I'm managing our outsourced resources, who no comment, I'm not fond of. And then, of course, managing the intern and setting him up and making sure that he has all the resources he needs. Now, a lot of people that watch and follow me on Facebook and know a bit about me, I do IT for a living, and I work for a large-scale utility company. And some of you may have noticed that I've had to run for work and being on call and this, that, and the other. And, my work-life balance has been kind of hectic. But I actually accepted a new position within my company, which should offer me a much, much, much better work-life balance, more pay. So I don't know when I'm starting. Hopefully it's going to be February. I have to one of the company policies is if you transition into another position, your boss can hold on to you, and you can, you have to basically clear up tie up all your loose ends. So, the nice part is I get my new pay effective the 29th, but I will still probably have a couple on calls left. Hopefully it won't get in the way of the show. But moving on, March and later, I shouldn't be missing the show due to work anymore. So I'm very excited about that. As for what I got this week, like T, I also got the dollar store Optimus. I like him though. I really do. Basically everything T said is accurate, and I need to hit this guy with some future floor. I don't know if Chuck's watching, but I know Chuck is like asking like what's wrong with ball joints, and I think it's just like I think the problem with ball joints is while ball joints I have no problem with them, it's just the tolerances.
But to be fair, they are easy to fix.
They're very easy to fix, but
Hopefully,
the thing is you shouldn't have to.
I agree. I agree. There's better than fixing a pin.
Yeah. I think the reason why ball joints and tolerances on Transformers are off, there's a guy, great customizer, goes way back. He used to be in Baltimore, Cheetahmus Prime. He said something about mold release gel being the big reason why tolerances are off with Hasbro figures. And I've kind of noticed, and I want to try and take like a mild solvent and see if that will tighten joints versus future floor to kind of prove that concept. I also got a couple of Shockwaves. I got this guy is, I think, the best out of the Cyberverse, to be honest. Like his alt mode is stupid, but he's the most solid. He's got the best joints. He's got really good paint. I like this. Has
any Shockwave had a good alt mode aside from the G1?
Personally, I think that the Siege has, because the Siege had the G1 homage mode, and I thought that the spaceship mode was good for what it was.
Okay.
Animated. Transformers animated.
Yeah, animated definitely had a cool. Animated was
the tank,
a quadruple
was
changer.
good.
Yeah,
well, his whole concept was cool with him being a double agent.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm looking at it. That Shockwave actually was probably the coolest figure.
I regret never getting that Shockwave.
I actually have two of them. I forgot. I have
one.
I keep one in Long Arm, and I keep one in Shockwave.
As do I.
Me too.
But I also got this guy, who is probably my new favorite studio series.
Is the plastic still crap?
No, it's not. I think this guy's pretty good. This guy actually feels pretty hefty. He feels like similar to the plastic they used on Grimlock. If that's any indicator for anybody, he kind of reminds me of Grimlock. He's got soft plastic in some odd spots, but because like it's weird, like the horns are pointy, but they're hard plastic. This whole piece is soft plastic. The hand is soft plastic. The feet spikes are soft plastic, but he's painted really well. He's got good articulation. I wish he had a waist, and I wish he had a wrist rotation, but he's
wasted opportunity.
A wasted opportunity indeed. But he's pretty cool. I'm not fond of the parachute guy. This is just kind of like a Y. This feels like a real waste. However,
I can tell you why.
So they could make him a leader class, and
no, somewhere in China they made like a quadrillion of those little army trooper guys, and they're just trying to give them away at this point.
These guys,
my only weakness.
These guys are awesome. Wheelie and Brains.
We'll take your word for it because we can't see them.
I know they're really hard to see here.
Are you holding
they're so tiny. Yeah, I'm holding both of them. But I mean, to really like, we'll take Dollar Store Prime here, and he can hold Wheelie.
Wheelie well.
He can hold him Wheelie well, and he can hold him like he's his own little.
And he can actually hold his arm up.
Yeah. Yeah, so he can hold Wheelie like he's got his own little figure here. Isn't that cool? Yeah, so you can display him. And last but not least, I got a polarizing figure, but that would be the other.
Got a question here from Sportimus.
The articulation is non-existent. They're static figures or figurines. I know not a lot of people are stoked on this thing, and I'm holding it now, and on camera it doesn't look like it's anything, because it's just like it's like what is this? What is this? 2 wheels and arms?
I mean, that's what it looked. To be fair, that's exactly what it looked like on screen too. So they did a good job.
They did. I don't know why this thing is just dumb fun, and it's got some interesting articulation, some really interesting engineering. I'm just really excited that I'm 2 robots away from Devastator. I'm excited to have that. and have that up on the shelf because I will not get a movie masterpiece scale Devastator. That is not happening.
Now, he does look like something they would have had in Beast Machines.
He does. I would say that's a fair point. But yeah, that's it for me. So I think we can go ahead and get into some news here. Make Joe
It's going to be a lot about women.
the star of the Joe. Anyway, so yeah, this is it's gonna be a very female focused episode tonight.
Never a bad thing.
Oh no, never a bad thing. All right, but first let's go ahead and we'll get the Sub-Zero figure.
Never mind.
All right. So I know this has been this. Jesus Christ!
George's like,
If I had $1 for every time Dave has derailed this podcast tonight.
I mean, to be fair, we all do our best.
Yeah.
You can't just blame Dave. I mean,
No, you guys do your best, but my worst is still better.
yeah, we'll grill you on it later.
I see what you did there. I appreciate it. All right. So I'm sure this has been discussed on other places, but Earthrise is hitting U.S. retail. I think what was it, Daddy-O, and I don't think it's Tailgate.
Thank you, Sportimus.
But here we'll
Paid
inflate Dave's ego a
his
little.
ego.
Where the fuck? You block my face when you do that.
Oh, okay. There we go. Perfect. We'll leave this up for now.
Okay, let's.
So, hey T, you might want to sit up a little bit. There we go. All right. So, Earthrise packaging art gets us a look at what may be. I know we've heard about the Quintesson being a Voyager class figure. It's interesting to see some retreads here. Hound looks like a new version of Sideswipe here. I don't know how they do a new Shockwave, but we've got Megatron, Optimus, RC, Trailbreaker, Wheeljack, Bumblebee, Double Dealer. We could definitely use a new Double Dealer since the last Double Dealer we got was just a lousy repaint of Blitzwing.
Agreed.
And of course, Unicron up there. Given the fact that I think everybody that was on the Siege box got a toy, I think this is pretty good.
Do you think it's retreads for Hound and Sideswipe, or do you think they're going to be?
They look a lot like their old bodies.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for Hound and Sideswipe, it's kind of logical. I mean, I personally wish that we were still doing Cybertronian modes. To be honest with you, I think that was a fresh take in this to go back to 1984 again.
Should have gotten our freaking Bumblebee and Wheeljack.
Yeah, I definitely would have liked the Cybertronian Wheeljack.
Totally agree.
Keep complaining; they'll probably listen to us in 10 years.
They're listening. Yeah, they're listening right now. We're good.
Why do Sideswipe again though? Why not do like?
It's easy to take that engineering and turn it right into a Lambo.
Yeah, can't you do like? I don't know.
It's gonna be worse if they do that with the Datsun Bros. That'll really tick. That will tick some fanboys off. Yeah,
because there's been a thing about Smokescreen coming back out, and I could see them doing that more like a Datsun. I can say
the Smokescreen listing.
I'll agree with Sportimus here. It's such a double-edged sword here because like we're getting good generations figures again. I think Chug is more relevant than it's been in a long time. But it does suck having like these retreads. As good as the line is, I really wish we had continued to get some Cybertronian molds or something fresh. And I think that's what makes these Cyberverse Deluxes exciting because they're not it's Optimus, Megatron, Bumblebee, and Shockwave, but they're new figures. I don't know. I think everybody's ready for a new cast of characters. I hope that they're ready to roll the dice and take a gamble on it.
After the next series, after the next series, you mean?
Yeah, after the next series.
And I think too, like they're starting. I think characters like Double Dealer are going to be the litmus test for this, right? Because they're going to see these are as a general fandom, these are lesser known characters that they're going to see what the response is at retail for these guys. I mean, I'm excited for a new Double Dealer because I had that original G1 figure, but we're going to see if that translates now into the kids and the collectors now that are buying that line. Because, like we've always said, they know a Prime's going to sell. They know that these big name characters are going to sell. So, of course, they're going to double dip in these things. But then let's see, like Impactor is a good example of one that hopefully did well for them. And will encourage them to continue to dig into deeper into the mythology for more characters.
Definitely Ape Face.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think it's, as long as you have cool designs. I think the other challenge too is that if they do small releases of those characters, like I don't know, it's so weird. Stuff doesn't stay on the shelf all that long anymore.
No,
but that's true too because there's not any fiction to go with this right now.
Yeah.
For Siege, so they're kind of basing this on cool designs and character recognition.
Yeah.
If you're the Battlemaster Wave 1, you stay on the shelf forever.
Yeah, Battlemaster.
They produce like 1 billion of those things. How are they still like? They could up and down and make friggin' like
I think
super highways.
I think because they're the safest bet. Like they're cheap. They are the entry point transformer.
But they only did Battlemaster Wave 1. You never saw 2.
Right.
Yeah, where the fuck is that hammer? I've never seen that hammer in retail.
The only time I saw the hammer, I had to buy that thing at the convention.
Yeah, you paid extra for it. Now, it wasn't bad. I'll give it to you. You got a pretty good price for it. But still, if that hadn't been that way, even my pre-order on Amazon, even my pre-order on Amazon got canceled. They're like, sorry, folks, park's closed. I'm like, motherfucker, I just wanted my little figure.
I think I got mine off Amazon.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, you probably got the first batch. When they put them back up for resale, pre-order again, all those got canceled. Well, I shouldn't say that. All the ones I saw people complaining about got canceled.
Including yours.
Including mine.
You know what? They might all show up at Ollie's. And
they probably will.
They will.
After nobody cares about them.
I still care.
No, Parts Form is going to want that hammer.
I just want the hammer, man.
I'll get you 2 if I find it at Ollie's.
I appreciate it. What the hell's his name?
Hammer.
Shit.
Shit.
Bullshit.
And this is why you're not allowed to name any more children.
Damn, I cannot remember.
See?
All right, Siege shit damn. I don't see it as a... Someone listening in the comments, drop the name of the bull, the red hammer.
The red bull.
My money is that Sportimus will know.
I'm sure.
Is Nate in there? Smash down.
Yeah.
Nate or Sportimus up.
Smash down.
Because we're apparently so well learned that we deserve our own podcast, but can't think of.
No, I wanted to say something about the fact that we're getting the same characters twice. Hasbro already said that they wanted to do a whole evergreen thing and give the characters the same design from different line to different line. So I kind of already felt like they want to keep like those name brand characters out there. Like that's why we're getting another Starscream right away. Besides the fact that he's a seeker and they always get repainted 100 billion times.
Yeah.
But I think we'll probably get another Soundwave. I don't know if it's going to be right away, and he's probably going to be that SUV truck looking thing that he becomes in Cyberverse.
Watch them do another Rainmaker pack.
The Rainmakers, the pack that came out though is more character. I mean, they were only ever Tetrajets, so
yeah,
that at
but
least
we still got. Well, I sold them, but they still made Seeker versions of Acid Storm.
They can.
Well, maybe there'll be different characters like Nacelle and whatever the other ones are.
They could do the welcoming committee. Yeah,
I can see a Ghost Starscream coming out
with the cape.
Who knows? That could be an SDCC exclusive.
So angry, Kevin. Battle Masters didn't hurt you.
All right, let's get through our third party Transformer news. So we've got an interesting release coming out from a new company with a bizarro name.
Are you doing the potato?
Yes.
Okay, I got a picture of it.
He's got the potato. He's got it. This thing's cool as shit. I
agree. So
this is interesting. I gotta say, I am intrigued.
I've never seen this before.
The coolest thing I'll never buy.
It does look cool. Yeah, I won't buy it, but it does look cool.
I mean,
the alt mode is the what's it called?
I didn't see pictures of the alt mode.
No, it's not the Nemesis.
Not the Nemesis.
The Decepticon ship from the first episode.
No, it's not that.
Oh no, you're right. It's not. It's their the ship from the movie.
Oh,
exactly. Which so Shockwave never encountered that thing.
But that's why this is so cool. And I mean, Dave, the company's name is Lemon Tree. What do you expect?
It's called purple potato, Dave.
That's the main reason I wanted to talk about this thing was because of the name of this company. I kind of thought, as a fun little thing, each of us could come up with what we think the name of the next new third-party company is going to be. And then maybe our audience can tell us who wins. And I thought of a good one. So you guys take a second and think of, because we've seen Banana Force, Lemon Tree,
Magic Square.
Well, yeah, Magic Square is but a lot of weird, and Chinese, they're weird, but it just seems like a bunch of weird names. Like I love the name of this company's Lemon Tree, and the figure is called Purple Potato. It's just
Orange Slice.
Orange Slice.
Right, I've got one, but there's actually I'm cheating on this one.
All right, go ahead. What is it?
Bite the Wax Tadpole.
Bite the Wax Tadpole. I don't even want to dive.
Actually, it's funnier than when you realize when you know what it is.
Okay,
It was a failed name in China for Coca-Cola, because the actual, if you say Coca-Cola in Chinese, that's the literal translation.
Oh, really? Okay.
See, Dave, you know things.
Wow.
You're be so hard on yourself.
I know so many things that has no use in life whatsoever.
So the name of my company, like if I was going to name one, I came up with the Rusty Cucumber.
That sounds like a bad sex position.
It probably is. Matt, have you guys ever experimented with the Rusty Cucumber? Do you know anything about that?
I have spoken.
When you do acts during the wrong time, never mind. Just never mind. Never mind.
I feel like that the next evolution of third party is going to be that you're going to see celebrities start up the companies. I think the next one will be a Bill Cosby based company. It's going to be called the Zip Zows.
I thought you were going to go with Gwyneth Paltrow's "It Smells Like My Vagina."
I'd like for some goop to be sent to my holding cell and to see our Phoenix asleep.
That's the name of the company, Chocolate Pudding. That's third party.
Is anyone buying that candle?
It's sold out.
Oh, you can't even get it.
I bet
you know it's sold out because you went.
It was bought by prisoners.
You know what you ought to do is just take a can of cat food and stick it on top of a Yankee Candle.
Put it on eBay for like $300.
I'm not sure what's happening here.
You don't know about the candle?
I don't know about the candle.
Oh, you gotta, yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow, you know how she has that crazy company? She came out with
I thought you were going to say crazy vagina.
A scented candle, and it literally is called "It Smells Like My Vagina."
Does it, though? I mean, can she guarantee that? Or my money back?
I don't know. If it doesn't, I guess you can call the Better Business Bureau.
I'll check her rating before I buy the fucking candle. So
it might smell like her vagina as much as.
Let me be Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. Hold on.
I think I won.
Are you sure
Kevin
you want
says,
that in your search history?
It sounds like a real name of a third-party company.
Oh, that's my ISP is going to be like, phew, this is an easy one.
Sometimes
she's got a B minus. So that's not
Kevin, how many figure action points do I win?
Wait! I didn't even get to say mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. Well, I won anyway, but let's see who's second place is.
was very Ellen DeGeneres of you.
You know how you have like deformation force and all that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mine would be disability squad.
Disability squad.
My money wasn't you're going to say something defecation force or something like that. But you didn't go that way.
No, I didn't.
I'm surprised
The
nobody went with
Transformers-
trans. Like it being 2020 and all.
I did just
toilet-
buy a figure from Iron Trans. That's like if Tony Stark went Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, I thought that was like bikers, like trans bikers would be called Iron Trans.
We ruined Dave's political career.
If anybody's offended by this talk, don't worry. We'll get to everybody.
Infamous transmissions.
Nocturnal transmissions.
That's where I was. That's it. That's our Kickstarter right there. Someone get Cassie Sark on the line. Have him start designing something for us.
And you know what? In honor of this, Kevin, I'm going to award you 6.5 figure action points because, God damn it, there you are.
All right. What's the next
Olive
topic?
green snot booger
So-
zucchini trans magic trapezoid. That's what Sportimus said.
Trans magic Travis.
Hold on. Let me see if I can say that one fast. Olive green snot, booger snot, zucchini trans match. Okay, good.
Sportimus, if that actually happened, you'd feel pretty dumb. If that was it.
Olive green snot, booger, zucchini trans magic snot. Good. Okay. Just want to make sure I could say it 5
You'd
times
be
fast.
king of the world.
What would we call it for short?
Quadruple tree.
So let's talk about other things. What are other things?
So
Matt,
there's
bring it
another company comes back from the dead. This time, Generation Toy. Yeah. So a long time ago in a galaxy, I don't know where I'm going with this, but at any rate,
I haven't seen it.
at any rate, Generation Toy, they put out their Optimus Primal. That was basically a kind of a G1 take on Optimus Primal. And there was a book that mishmashed G1 and Beast Wars designs. And one of the figures was Sideswipe that turns into a bull.
Wow, this thing is
Very
sexy.
fitting.
I love this thing.
And it looks really, really good. I mean, the face sculpt, I know some folks that are just not keen on that face sculpt. I think it looks a little odd, you know. But
I still think that should have been Cliff Jumper turning into a bull.
But I'm not keen on some
Yeah, but-
people's in-person face sculpts, so I'm okay with that.
The Lamborghini symbol is a bull, so it makes sense.
I know.
for
Oh, I
something.
know. I see where they're going with it. Don't get me wrong, but
Bumblebee
I
as
guess-
lion is the weirdest one.
A bull would sideswipe somebody, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey,
does
did
look
the
really
purple
cool.
potato guy have an alt mode?
yes,
Yeah.
he
Yes.
turns into this. He turns into the ship.
I'll find it and send it to you.
We
That's a
didn't show
deception.
it.
He transforms into a rusty cucumber.
Rusty trombone. So I like this, Matt. It sounds like you're interested in this. Would you get that as well?
I really liked this thing when it first came out, when they first debuted, and then it became vaporware. Like the shit
Yeah,
just
that was like
disappeared. And
3
I even
years
bought
ago, it feels like.
when I bought Masterpiece Sunstreaker, I got him to go with this guy on my shelf just because I'm a nutcase. And it went so long that I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to buy a Sideswipe anyway, Masterpiece Sideswipe. But now here he is again, and he looks better than he did before. And I got to say, like, it looks like they've updated the articulation. He's got ab crunch. There's some shots.
Yeah.
There, who's hosting this? The photos.
That's me.
Can you look on the document? The second link has a ton more pictures of him in various.
Yeah, because I believe there's even a Minotaur mode that somebody.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a tank
Yeah.
mode.
A tank mode?
Yeah. So check the other link that was on it right
I
below
got it.
that one, and it'll have more pictures. But this
Yeah,
guy, like, it looks like they updated articulation. The paint is money. If this is what it looks like at release, man, this thing is fucking amazing.
All right,
And Generation Toys, they did pretty decent plastic quality.
they do.
They did Rebel, right? That Prowl. Was that
No.
Prowl then?
Yeah,
No,
they
that
did
was
Prowl.
that was
Oh no, that was G Creation.
yeah, that's
G-Creation.
G Creation.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
So I don't know why this isn't. Let me refresh this here.
Down there, they do
There
full
we go.
size.
The mobile version.
I'm pointing at my thing like you can see it. See where it says TF source?
Yeah. Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
full
View
size.
full
There you
size.
go.
Okay, so that came from. There
Bring
we
that
go.
up, Jamie. There you go. All right,
There we go.
So just flip through these. There's a bunch more pictures that show the range of articulation.
I think it's only one picture at a time when you do that.
Oh, really?
Here, let
Is
me
it a button
find.
that's the desktop version?
Yeah, here, bear with me. Bear with me.
You know,
So
this
this
helmet
is-
reminds me of.
It's not a bear, it's a bull.
Remember when
Is this a stock market we're talking about now?
Quit badgering him.
when Fred Flintstone used to put on that buffalo helmet?
Who?
The Flintstones, when they used to go to the lodge and they put on that helmet with the
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
water,
it was
the
a buffalo.
water buffalo.
Yeah, the water-
head.
yep.
Yeah.
What other animals can we talk about?
Well, so this is not the same company.
Not
They,
koalas.
recently,
They're
there was
burned up.
released a hot rod that was a what was that hot rod turned into a lion or something?
Yes. I thought
Yeah, that was Ancestral.
That was a different company. Yeah, Ancestrod. This is not the same thought process. I believe same art book, but different companies approaching it.
Here we go.
It's weird because this company teased a whole bunch of these figures in this line, but then they just, I don't know, they never came out and did any more. But here's this guy back from the dead.
I'm curious what they'll do for the Seeker.
Dude, that's a good. I wonder what the Seekers were in the art book if they were addressed.
Weren't they birds?
Look at that
Were
tail.
they?
Aren't they like heavily armored like pterodactyls, actually?
Yeah, and they had like pieces of the Dinobots as armor, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Well, that was Cross Dimensions,
That was Cross Dimensions. You're right.
and that we're still waiting on them too. I mean,
Cross Dimensions is dead.
It does seem like it's dead.
There you go. He's got an articulated jaw,
Yeah, his head can go forward for a charge, as you would
articulated
hope.
horns. Yeah, that
That
tail
tail
looks
is
really
so.
neat.
I was gonna say that tail looks pretty pathetic.
No,
That
it looks
looks-
like it's
I
all
like-
made of universal joints.
Oh,
Go back
like-
to that tail. Is it a bunch of U joints connected
Yeah,
together?
yep, it is. That's
Yeah.
why I think that looks pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to be
It looks
honest.
really cool.
Um,
So you'll be able to twist it around and
but here,
So-
somebody did this Minotaur mode.
Yep.
Oh god.
that looks weird.
There's a weird tank mode there somewhere too, where it's like a Power Rangers tank where he just lays flat. There, you skipped it. It's up to right side. Keep going.
There
right
we go.
there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Reminds me of a damn
But, you know, he can do a superhero landing. There's a picture of that where he's got the ab crunch engaged and his legs pulled all the way up. It's just, I don't know. It's a really well done figure. It looks like. I'm kind of excited to get him. Yes, the face looks
Yeah.
kind of like ass.
Yeah,
but
there we
whatever.
Yeah.
It looks
And
good
there
to
he's
me.
doing the He-Man.
I mean, that there doesn't look too bad.
Hey, look,
but
No.
that's a different transformation. It looks like, unless I'm seeing things.
Dang,
Look at
that
that
up crunch.
That's an ab. Look there. Yeah. See, like
There we go.
oh, he's got the pile drivers.
yeah, and it looks like the pile drivers
That's
transform out of
nice.
his arm. No, I can't tell.
Either
Yeah.
way, it's still
Yeah.
pretty impressive. I don't know. I dig this thing. If it's not super expensive, I'm like, oh, it's
Butterfly
even got,
joints.
there, you've got butterfly joints.
That's hitting.
Yeah, I'm down for this guy.
90
know why.
degree elbows.
That is scratching the itches.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I dig too, like, I like cars and shit as alt modes, but a beast alt mode is something that you can actually pose and have some fun with. Which I think is why it's always like Grimlock.
Yeah.
So what's the price on this thing going to be? Probably.
I don't
No
think
clue
it's
yet.
posted yet.
What do you guess?
I'd guess I'd say probably $80.
I was
Less
thinking.
than
89.
Masterpiece Bumblebee.
Yeah. I mean, G Creations, they don't price their stuff high. Like that Primal that I got was pretty substantial, and I remember paying $120 for him.
That primal was big.
Yeah, it took me by surprise how large that figure was. So, all right. Well, that'll wrap it up for our third-party Transformers news. Let's go ahead.
Not as
and-
exciting as TFCon, but we do pretty well.
I'd say so. So starting off with some Marvel Legends stuff. We've got a listing for the I think T is probably the most excited about this one.
If it's the Walmart one, you're showing first.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
and her.
that's the one I'm most excited for. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, then the one that Dave is most excited for.
I want that and the Walmart one.
I want all three. I never thought I'd be so excited about getting Black Widow figures.
Yeah. So this is the Walmart one with all these wonderful, wonderful explosion effects.
No, that's just the deluxe. That's everywhere it should be.
Oh, that's everywhere?
Yeah, she's on Amazon too.
Oh. Well then,
I mean, you got explosions.
Okay, I apologize. Then let me open up the one because I can't read apparently.
Well, hold on. Let's still talk about this one.
Okay.
The link I gave you was for Walmart.
Yeah, it was for Walmart's website.
Are these the same explosions in the Black Series Stormtroopers?
Yes,
I think
they are.
redesigned. I know the smaller one isn't.
But then it's priced the same as that Stormtrooper, but this one also comes with the stand. And you get all those gun effects, which you can then use for other Marvel Legend gun effects. This thing is going to be a treasure trove for photographers.
Yes.
They're kind of taking a shot at Etchy's fig arts with this for $30.
For $30, that's actually a lot of junk.
Junk in a trunk.
If only, if they gave her somehow given her double jointed elbows, that would have been like, oh!
Yeah.
Don't GIF that, please.
You would never see that thing in stock.
Hold on,
but when I shared the link, everybody was like, "Oh, that's an easy wait. I'll wait for the clearance."
I think when people see the movie, I think that the
hype.
I think the hype will catch up. It's interesting. Like,
are people going to see the movie?
Yes,
I think so.
I think a lot of people will see the movie. I think Black Widow is way overdue for her own solo movie.
And it's going to be I think if you liked if you liked Winter Soldier, you should like the Black Widow movie. If you just want a good, not quite spy thriller, but because it's going to be comic booky, but not like comic booky.
More does it have Mission Impossible type.
Is it going to be setting up any big things and like? See, I can't see how it will because she's dead.
Dude, they all
setting up.
But you don't know if Red Guardian's dead. You don't know if Taskmaster is dead. I mean,
what is that going to set up for the whole Phase 4 stuff?
Or the after credits might be some character that doesn't even factor in. Yeah.
I personally, I don't care about setups anymore. Like we were talking about Joker, right? I'm more of, it's like I think DC's biggest flaw was that they were focusing on setups. And the thing that they were missing was making enjoyable movies on their own, like independently enjoyable movies. And like they got it with Wonder Woman, they got it with Shazam. Aquaman's okay, but
Aquaman was better than it had any right to be.
It was better than it had any right to be, but I just think as a movie it was okay. It was very ridiculous. It reminded me of G.I. Joe Retaliation in a lot of ways, which was a movie I liked.
Better, but still better.
Yeah,
I agree with that, but the only reason I brought it up was because I think Captain Marvel benefited from being sandwiched in between the Avengers.
It did, but
Infinity War,
say,
and it was setting stuff up, and you were learning stuff about the next movies coming out, and I think it benefited from that.
Here's the thing: it's like I find that if you go back and watch Marvel movies, the ones that are rewatchable are the ones that are just good on their own. Like they may they may drop a few nuggets here and there, but they have enjoyable characters and tell a story.
Yeah, like Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier's a movie I can watch over and over. I can watch Civil War over and over because like you can get a good story out of it without like, oh well, this is just setting up the events for Avengers 4.
My counter to that is that movies like Winter Soldier though benefit from those setups from other movies. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't exist in a vacuum because it throws you mid-story. All these characters are at a certain place in their character arc that movie opens with that you otherwise might miss part of the movie if you didn't have that lead in from other films. I think that benefited from that and made it a better movie. But that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, because Black Widow wasn't in the first Captain America. So you had to wonder, where the hell she come from?
Well, she was in Iron Man 2.
But you had to watch Iron Man 2.
Yeah,
and Avengers.
But she's been around for a while. That's why I say it's overdue for her to get her own movie. Honestly, I think that she should have gotten a solo movie before Avengers or before Age of Ultron, in all honesty.
So, speaking of Black Widow, let's go to the... show the next one now.
Yeah, we'll pull up the Walmart exclusive one. Here we go.
Oh, hello, gorgeous.
That's a dope looking figure.
Watching Age of Ultron again, I didn't realize how much Hawkeye was doing. It was almost like his movie.
Well, Hawkeye ain't going to be doing much more in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Unless they recast him.
Yeah, he's in
I
trouble.
don't know. They said they were keeping him. But this looks awesome. She comes with a ton of useful crap. They even threw in blast effects for her jetpack.
I love the stingers.
Yeah, that's a cool effect.
With the smoke coming out.
See, Sony knows I'm not alone here. There are definitely some filler ones.
Oh, we were actually talking about that earlier at work. We were actually we were talking about Doctor Who, and she's like, "No one ever talks about Chris Eccleston." I'm like, "There's a reason."
Dude, Chris Eccleston. Oh, we're going to have to fight.
He was in the one Marvel movie that everyone agrees you do not need to watch. If there's only one Marvel movie you don't need to watch, it's Thor: Dark World.
Yeah.
Justified.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sony. Thank you, Sony.
Yeah. I would also say Iron Man 2 is kind of like it falls apart in its second act.
True, but you need to see Iron Man 2 to see Black Widow.
Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3 suck.
Iron Man 3 is I've never even bothered. No, Iron Man 3 is another one you don't need to watch.
And I don't understand how Iron Man 3, I think it was the first one to hit the $1 billion mark, wasn't it?
Yeah, Iron Man 2, the last mech fight was pretty good. I mean, killing all the useless. I'm just saying there's some things in there that were good, but...
That's moments, I guess.
But Iron Man 3, I never saw Iron Man 3, and I do not regret not seeing Iron Man 3.
How do you know you don't regret it if you haven't seen it?
Because I've watched all the other movies, and I'm like, didn't really need to know that. Didn't need to...
Yeah.
There's nothing...
You didn't need to know Pepper Potts defeats the villain at the end with a candle that smells like her vagina. So... You didn't
18 movies end that way, so don't shit on them. They're not the first, and they won't be the last.
That was also why Kevin Spacey cut her head off at the end of 7. She's like, "Hey, smell my candle."
And he's like, "Never!" and then hits her off the cliff.
Iron Man 3 is the first one I never even attempted to watch a second time.
Wait, wasn't Thor 2 before Iron Man 3 though? Because Thor 2 is really bad.
Thor 2.
I feel like it was afterwards.
Either way, I don't regret not seeing either of them.
Well, yeah, because Iron Man 3 was right after Avengers, right?
Do you think there's something fundamentally wrong with Natalie Portman?
Yes.
Huh?
Why?
Well, because she seems to be attached to the Marvel movies that people tend to talk about it being the lesser of the movies, and the prequels she tends to be the one that's between her and Hayden Christensen, saying they have terrible chemistry, and you don't think it's her, you think it's just bad luck?
No,
it's just a question. I wasn't leading or have a joke. I was just
kidding. You're wrong. Get the fuck out.
Hayden Christensen just brought the rest of the movie down.
She's one of my favorite movies of all time.
If Natalie Portman,
Professional.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. But she was a little kid then. Like, she was a badass.
Well, even if you go back to the prequels, the stuff that sucked about him wasn't Natalie Portman. Well, the voice they gave in the first movie. Well, the whole first movie sucked, but it wasn't her that made it suck.
I don't know. Like when I watched Annihilation, because I'm a big fan.
I haven't seen Annihilation.
All right, all I'll say is like she drags that movie down.
Does she?
Yeah.
Well, you got Black Swan.
V for Vendetta.
And yeah, she was fine in that.
Really good. And My Dreams. It's not creepy.
Why do I have a starring role in your dreams, though? I don't understand that. Like,
you're more of like a cameo every now and again. You're not even in the credits.
Just a cock piece for him.
I mean, she is in the worst Kevin Smith movie.
Wait, what are you gonna say is the worst Kevin Smith movie?
Garden State.
I was gonna say Yoga Hosers.
I've never seen either of those.
Yeah,
I've seen a fair amount of Kevin Smith movies. I haven't seen either of those.
The new Kevin's. I think like the last Kevin Smith movie I enjoyed was Tusk. And I know Tusk got like a bad rap, but I thought it was actually pretty good.
I must have kept old school Kevin Smith.
You know what? He was funnier before he lost the weight.
But less likely to die now than he was.
Yeah. You know, it would be really cool if someone made a bitchin' Catwoman figure.
Oh yeah,
man! And
That would be
if it would just come out of nowhere.
I still want to see. We still have the third Black Widow figure.
Like, oh, what?
There's a third Black Widow figure.
There isn't a
We can
third
just show
one.
it real quick because we've been off topic the whole time.
There's a third one?
yeah. It's not.
There's a topic.
It's not in the doc. So if you want to show it, you
Never
share
mind
it.
then.
Oh.
It's the white suit
trust
one.
us, people. There's a third one.
More guns, more effects.
All right. So we have a Mafex Black Widow. Not Black Widow.
Uh-oh.
Jesus. We have a
Meow.
Catwoman.
This thing is.
It is awesome.
So
I put in my pre-order before the pre-orders went up.
I got it.
Go back. I didn't see this picture.
That's the shot. Look at her boots.
Yeah. That's all you need to see.
That picture, yeah.
Yes.
I think you need to retire that Figma. The Figma gets retired.
Now that Figma brings something different to the
It's
table.
different,
That's
yeah,
the
it's really
anime-esque, yeah.
yeah.
What's cool is this figure too is not. I don't.
There you
it's
go.
not
That's-
overburdened with accessories either. Like she comes with exactly what she needs to for a
Did you
Catwoman.
say accessories?
Did I?
I'm asking you.
Let's rewind that.
Yeah, rewind the tape.
Someone play back the footage.
It's got just enough stuff where you can say, "Honey, wear this."
Mm-hmm.
No, that's too much to wear.
And then she comes dressed as Gizmo Duck, and you're like, you know what?
As long as it's terrible in
I'm okay.
certain areas.
What are you trying to say, Sony?
Look, Sony, I only come to your channel and shit on it occasionally. Okay, so
Hey, you know what?
you stay in
Quit
your
making-
lane.
Quit making fun of my drinking buddy. All right.
Sony is just
After
upset.
you guys passed out asleep at TFCon, me and Sony got. We were hanging out afterward. We got ourselves a couple.
What the hell are you talking about? We were all having cigars up on the upper balcony. Like what?
And then
Yeah.
T-Man fell asleep.
No, T
No,
wasn't
room-
there.
T was filming action figures in the room.
Yeah, once
Saturday
Smoke
night?
got involved, I got out of there.
No, I'm talking Saturday night.
Wait a minute, are we off topic again? Jesus.
And that was his fault. He played us like fools.
Yeah.
Fiddle.
Fucking set us
Sony
up.
is upset because we're not showing Transformers, and that's all he cares about.
Yeah, that's true. Oh well.
Well,
Look at that.
in order to show Transformers, Transformer News has to come out.
Ooh.
The only thing that
She's
looks ugly on this
amazing.
thing is that in the inside of her thigh, there's this huge like gap. There's if you look at her crouching, there's a kind of a
And the
weird.
price tag.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's Mafex. Like
Well, this
I don't
is
know
the-
if you know this, but most females have a gap
pretty high price
between their
tag.
legs.
Oh yeah, okay.
And are high priced.
And high price tag. Yeah.
I have not ordered this yet,
Get on that, son.
but yeah, I need to secure the funding. Someone needs to buy my Iron Factory stuff.
And then there's that. The only thing cooler than that would be an actually screen accurate Chris Evans Captain America.
That's not good at all.
Did anybody put that in the doc?
What's that?
The screen accurate Chris Evans Captain America.
I was unaware of this. Do you have something to?
I actually tagged you in our chat on that.
Well, you gotta put
This
it
is
in
true
the doc,
You
Dave.
got to put it in the doc, Dave.
Look up
Dave
Mobile.
Mafex Captain America 122.
All right.
Dave, I believe in you. Fuck those guys.
G.I. Joe news. I think there's only G.I. Joe rumors right now. There's no
Oh,
news.
that video game where they look like the
Yeah.
Disney toy bots.
And
Nice.
it's basically a reskin of
Alright.
the Earthrise game.
Cobra's helmet looks like Megatron's helmet.
Hmm.
So maybe they really reskinned it.
I actually wouldn't be surprised.
All right.
Wait,
So I've
a
got
Hasbro
it
property
up
using
now.
a repaint?
So I'll say this looks pretty damn cool. This is that. Yeah, that really is screen accurate.
Are you starting to warm back up to the MCU, Jordan?
Here and there. I mean, there are things about it that I liked, but
like America's ass.
Did you see the other pictures?
we're getting there, Dave. We're getting there.
Just making sure. Look at that. Look at that.
Man, so sexy they're blurred.
Yeah, I feel like they should be a little bit more worn.
Actually giving him 2 shields. What a novel concept.
Right.
And he gets both staffs.
Yeah.
Oh. So you can pretend there's a villain there.
Right, exactly.
Well, Mafex, here's the thing with Mafex. They put stuff in, one figure that you end up using for a future figure later. Like they would pack in...
That reminds me of that Mickey Mouse meme. It's a surprise tool for later.
Well, it's just kind of like with all the Dark Knight Rises figures. Like when you bought Bane, he came with the Joker arms or something like that, so you could, as if he had his jacket taken off, things like that. So you get stuff you can use for other figures.
Marvel Legends have done that.
And Sony, we were talking about the G.I. Joe 6-inch line last week.
You should have tuned in.
You can go rewatch it.
Why would he tune in? His 2 favorite cast members weren't on the show.
You don't know that, though.
We all secretly do.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. So yeah, I'll say that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at this Dark Knight trilogy Catwoman. God, I always forget that Catwoman was in the Dark Knight trilogy.
There's another new Catwoman figure coming out?
Yeah, I'm unaware of this.
Yeah.
Some weird company made a Mezco-like figure.
Is this the Soap Studios?
Yeah.
Yes,
Soap Studios.
It looks like
like a TB League body.
Yeah.
I think it's a regular action figure under there.
Doesn't
But
look
I
bad.
can't tell how flexible it is because they have her in standing up poses.
I mean, both Mafex and Figuarts did one of these, and if I remember, the Mafex one on the Foosh review, you could actually have her doing a one, standing on one leg, doing like the dropping her leg kick. He was so impressed with the balance on the Mafex figure.
What villains does SH Figuarts make besides Dragon Ball?
I mean,
That's
Batman,
probably
they've
what
done
he's talking about.
Bane, they've done the Joker, they did. I mean, I don't know, Catwoman's kind of a gray area, but
Mafex did Bane.
yeah, Mafex did Mafex had it on Figuarts because they did Two-Face as well.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, that's right.
So I have to wonder if you can make her naked and put her in a TB body.
Yep, or you could just pop her head off.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing...
Put her on a naked body? I mean, I guess.
Figuarts did... they did make an Ultron, and they did make Thanos. That's about it.
Yeah.
They
you're right.
didn't do Shredder yet.
So, yeah, Figuarts is really low on villains.
Yeah, well, I've heard the Japanese market isn't big on villains.
Oh, it's not.
But they did do Deadshot.
But was he really a villain, though? I mean, he's more of a... The Will Smith Deadshot's kind of a... Yeah. Forming some kind of Suicide Squad.
I actually liked him in the movie. I wish the movie was all about him, and maybe they weren't in it.
Don't get me started on this rant again.
So, Dave, you going to see Birds of Prey first day?
Maybe after I see Star Wars.
Star Wars is about to leave theaters.
Painfully aware.
Well, you got Disney Plus, right?
No.
Damn. Well, however you're watching Mandalorian, do that for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of TV shows, I think Star Trek Picard started today.
It did.
I need to watch that.
You, of course, paid for your CBS streaming?
Well, I got suckered into it by because I wanted to watch the Ravens game.
Oh.
So I reactivated it, and this is like the first Ravens game I've seen all year. And I quickly was like...
So that's why they lost.
Like, what the fuck? This is false advertising. I heard this team was good. So...
Any given Sunday.
I just kept it activated, and I knew Picard was coming, so... Yeah. Now, I don't know, do they drop all those episodes at one time, or are they week to week? I can't remember how they do it.
They're probably going to do week to week. Week to week. That's what they did with Enterprise.
Yeah. I wonder if with a VPN, I could set my Amazon Prime to the UK and watch it that way.
I was thinking about that.
To check and see.
There's no reason why you couldn't, right? Because that's the whole point of a VPN.
Well, yeah, I don't know if Amazon Prime Video works that way.
Do we get any more toys?
It runs through the as long as you're on a browser.
Yeah,
I think that'll work.
Yeah. So that does it for toys. The last thing for tonight before we go. Wow, this has been a very off-topic episode.
That's okay. That's what we're here
that's
for.
All right.
Yeah.
That's why they tune in.
I've had a discussion that I wanted to go down the cast list for since the start of the new year. And it's a 2020 wish list, and it's figures that you want to see made from any line in 2020. And I just want to go down the panel, find out what it is you guys want to see. We'll start with Dave. For you, it should be easy because you're into the Mortal Kombat Storm collectible stuff,
which they're already making a lot of stuff I want. So, I have to try to think of something that I'm not likely going to get. Because, I mean, like I said, we got the Sub-Zero. We get I get those King of Fighter figures I've been drooling over. So if I want to go for... I'm going to go for something off the wall. I want from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection them to make the Masked Rider.
Okay. I mean, I could see that happening. I could see that and even Beetleborgs happening.
Yeah, but I have a Kamen Rider Black RX. Actually, I have two versions of him. I think it would be really cool getting a domestic version of him.
So Hasbro owns the rights to Masked Rider?
Well, they have the rights to anything that was in Power Rangers. And he was in... They used Masked Rider they spun it off of Power Rangers.
I wonder if they could ever get like a limited license for Ninja Turtles.
Hasbro?
Yeah.
So it would be that, and possibly from NECA, it would be kind of cool. Oh God, it was just I was just talking about it the other day too. A NECA Judge Dredd would be fucking amazing.
I could see that happening pretty easily.
Which Judge Dredd? Sylvester
Any of them.
Carl?
I think you mean comic too.
I'd want comic and Carl.
Okay. I knew you'd say that.
Drop your weapons.
I was so mad we never got another Dredd movie with Carl Urban. And lost opportunity. Carl Urban should have been somehow shoehorned into a Star Wars movie. Because in that way he would have been in every successful sci-fi franchise ever.
He has been in a lot of shit, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah.
He's been in stuff you don't even realize that he was in.
Yeah.
Well, he's in almost as much stuff as Sean Bean, but he survives.
Dude.
That's right.
He was in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd. He was obviously in Thor. Star Trek. In a non-physical role, which was kind of cool. He was in Hercules and Xena.
Really?
Same time?
Yes, he played Cupid.
How did he accomplish that?
He was Cupid.
It's called finger blasting, Joe.
Oh, got that. I just got that. I just got that.
Thanks, Dave.
If I can answer the question,
Go ahead, T.
if I didn't already have the Mayfex pre-order going on right now, if Hasbro could do a deluxe Miles Morales that has the Lightning Collection articulation where they have the diaphragm plus the actual ab crunch with unmasked face, masked face, maybe even throw in, even if they got to make it $40, throw in a soft goods jacket.
You mean a Miles on this body?
No, I mean the actual Into the Spider-Verse Miles.
When Spider-Verse 2 comes out, I wouldn't be shocked if we get like a couple deluxe sets for Miles.
Of course, a whole bunch of different webbing and all that. They could throw in, if it's $40, throw in 2 bodies to go with the multiple heads.
No, let's make it buy 2 figures.
Typically, they always put one character with some other character. It'll probably be Spider-Gwen again or somebody that actually look like the movie.
This time, yeah.
But I would definitely want deluxe versions of one character with all the weapons and unmasked face and masked face that actually look like the movie. Joe?
Well, usually my go-to when something like this comes up is my freaking All Might. But it's being made. So I'm gonna go with I don't know, maybe somebody like NECA doing more of like the classic action movies like Arnold Schwarzenegger roles, like Last Action Hero, Kindergarten Cop,
Detective John Kimball.
I mean, Remo Williams. Just go back and do like those.
Oh
those
my
old
God,
movies,
Remo Williams,
and make figures based on that. That would be cool.
Does NECA own Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Total Recall.
they've got his likeness, so they should be able to.
It'd be easy, right? Be low hanging fruit.
I want somebody to
the
make.
money.
Well, I guess I'll wait for my turn.
I don't know if Partsformer's here.
He
Yeah.
left.
Yeah. I really want more RoboCop stuff, and I really want a Clarence Boddicker from NECA. Like, I really want a Kurt Woodsmith figure. That's like something I really want to see happen in 2020. I'd also really like them to do a what was a Lewis figure as well. You know, so you can get Lewis, Clarence Boddicker. I mean, you don't really need the whole gang. I know they've done like reaction figures of Emil, you know, where he's melting. But I've always seen like the RoboCop stuff is like I'm surprised NECA doesn't do more with it. I'll give one like Transformers wise that I want to see in 2020, and I really just want to see somebody tackle Punch Counter Punch. I don't know why nobody's done that. The first third party company that does it will probably get 2 sales out of everybody as well. So I would really love to see Fans Toys or KFC come out with a Punch Counter Punch in 2020. That's
Matt,
it for me.
What would you like for 2020?
I want some import company to tackle Castlevania. I want a Simon Belmont. Fully articulated whip, you know, just the whole Dracula Monster Hunter. He that already has built in a ton of accessories, the cross, hold water, all kind of stuff can come with it. Some kind of fire.
Wouldn't happen, but 1,000 Toys could do an amazing job with that.
See, that's the other thing is I feel like there's a big gaping hole with cowboy toys. I think take the Red Dead license, you know, make Red Dead characters, but give us some articulated cowboys, some modern articulation.
So many Brokeback Mountain jokes.
What's that?
We got one cowboy recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fine.
You know what would be really cool is if they did a Jonah Hex figure.
That's acceptable.
There's no Jonah Hex figures?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
That's another good one, T. Figma needs to continue their Metroid line.
I forgot I got this too.
Yeah, I remember that Jonah Hex movie came out with Josh Brolin and Megan Fox, and it was DOA, basically. He
regrets that movie so bad.
I bet. I don't think anybody remembered it until I brought it back up.
Oh, no, I actually just recently reread all the Jonah Hex comics.
But the movie, was that on your mind?
Of the wasted potential, yes.
Yeah.
That lives in that sort of wasted potential area, along with the Max Payne movie, and really the Constantine movie too, for me.
Yeah.
The old one.
You know what the best part of the Constantine movie was? Was Shia LaBeouf eating it.
See, you can find the silver lining anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like when he gets slammed into the ceiling up and down, he's the most annoying character in the movie. And then
the Constantine movie was about 45% there, because they did some aspects were from the comic. The whole thing of the changing the cancer and the selling his souls, that actually happened in the comic. It's just that it really shouldn't have been cast. It shouldn't have been Keanu Reeves, and Constantine would not use a gun.
I had no idea that Constantine was a comic book, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I did not know that when the movie came out. I agree.
That's sometimes the problem of being a geek when you know the source material, and then you can't. You're like,
I totally agree with Sony.
He smoked in the movie, but in the TV show they had to cut the smoking, which was weird.
But that guy was still just like how I envisioned him to be.
Yeah, no, he was way better cast.
That made me think of one more, Witchblade. An import company does a Witchblade figure.
I think it's a little. I think that ship sailed.
It's one of those that I think they'll probably come back around with something. I mean, it's one of those IPs that resurface every now and then.
You know what? On that note, I'd like to see McFarlane do like his own sort of I guess reimaginings of classic toys with better articulation, because you could get your Witchblade there, because he did the Witchblade figures. Because I'd love an updated Spawn with good articulation, medieval Spawn.
Oh, that's all everyone's begging for right now.
That's on the radar, more than likely. Actually, he said there are some Spawn toys coming.
He should do one for Mortal Kombat. He should do, because he's going to be a guest fighter in Mortal Kombat 11.
That probably will happen.
That might be it.
There's a new Spawn, movie or TV show coming out, right?
It's a movie.
He's been trying to make for 5 years.
Yeah.
All right. Did everybody say?
That was a good discussion. I like that. I like that a lot.
Good. Actually, you know what? I have one more on there.
We're obligated to say that.
I have one more.
What you got?
This one's actually going to be official Transformers related, and it's going to be for Earthrise. And we know Scorponok is happening, but I really want there to be a Commander class Skylynx.
That's rumored.
I know it's rumored, but a rumor can still be on a wish list.
Mm-hmm. Not Titan class?
Not Titan class. I think Commander class is the right size, because Skylynx doesn't require that much engineering. He's not going to be as intricate as Jetfire or Skyfire was. And I think they could make a really substantial Skylynx, in that class, because Skylynx is all about wingspan. He's not about bulk.
But knowing Hasbro, is it possible, more likely that they would split him in half and do 2 separate like Deluxe or Voyager releases?
Nah, Voyager is way too small.
We could have one figure. We could have one figure concentrating on the wingspan, the other figure concentrating on the pounce.
Yeah, I mean they could do 2 leader class figures.
Yeah.
And I honestly I'd be cool with
Clone
that.
reference.
Yeah. I would be 100% cool with 2 leader class figures, like a Sky and a Lynx. I guess they couldn't call it Sky and Lynx. Man, they'd be in limbo with that. But yeah,
Autobot Sky, Autobot Lynx.
Yeah, they could cheat it that way.
If I had the third-party one that you have, I would just cheat and use them.
Yeah, I mean the MMC one is a really, really, really good offering if you're looking for a masterpiece or a chug stand-in. But
I just don't see there's much of a demand for him.
Yeah, but is there like a demand for any of the late entries? I mean, I think really the only demand that exists is like for season 1 and season 2 characters.
But what actually would be a good candidate for a commander class for Earth Siege?
For Earth Siege? You mean Earthrise?
Earthrise, you know what I'm saying.
If not Skylynx, I would definitely say, what's his name?
Oh, I got a good one.
Yo, shoot! While I'm trying to.
Broadside.
Broadside, yeah.
Imagine a broadside at that size.
That would be a good one.
Actually, turn into a ship and turn into a big old jet.
Yeah, I was gonna say for commander class they could do crap. God damn it. Yeah, I hate that. I had it and I lost it.
Nate, if they did a Star Saber, I would save that for whatever the third part of the trilogy is when they're back out in space.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it would go well, but I think that would be good for the third part of the trilogy.
But Overlord would be a good commander class.
Thank you.
Overlord, and what is the big white one that has like a vampire type face? You had to fight him in that Transformer Prime game for
Tidal Wave.
Mm-mm.
No, but that's a good choice.
Thunderwing.
Mine was Tidal Wave.
Tidal Wave would be good.
That's why I said
love
thank you.
Tidal Wave. Now, see, there's a character that was just awesome. I'm surprised they never ran with that for other shows.
Tidal Wave.
They did Hot Shot, they did Galaxy Prime. I really think that they could do like a G1 styled Tidal Wave and make him a commander class, and I think that they could do something really awesome.
He could fight Broadside.
And
that'd actually be kind of cool, Tidal Wave versus Broadside. Nate
wants the Star Saber. Treadbolt. I've seen where people have made mock-ups of Jetfire into Star Saber, and it did look pretty feasible.
Yeah, if they made Tidal Wave, the Micromasters would make way more sense.
And also would still work on Broadside. Both would work well.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
Y'all still remember that boss fight in Armada against Tidal Wave?
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I love that Armada game.
I still
watched that when I think that came out around the time YouTube came out. So I watched that cutscene over and over and over.
Yeah, that was a cool fight.
And that whole time, and you're just inside the base, and I'm like, wait, I know these ships. Yeah. Why do I know these ships? Oh, fuck.
You knew right where it was going. Yeah, that was really good. That was well done. That game was fun all around.
Tidal Wave is still one of the best figures from Armada and Energon. I'm looking at mine right now, and execution, concept, everything. Tidal Wave is
decent articulation too for the time.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, that is a near flawless figure.
It could have been better for the time. Armada was a step backwards for some crazy reason. They gave them like G1 articulation after Beast Wars. Beast Wars articulation was to the next level compared to G1. But one of my dream figures has been, because of that game, Armada Megatron that actually articulates and transforms.
Yeah, that's specifically designed to be Armada Megatron because we got an articulated one, but he.
I like that one better than in the Armada colors than the Megatron colors. I think that mold worked better for Armada.
Yeah, I liked both of them, but then I sold both of them.
I still have both.
Same. Actually, I opened up the Armada coloring first, and I was just like completely blown away by it.
On my crazy ass, I bought all of them, and I bought all the Seekers, and then right after I got Skywarp, I sold all of them.
Right.
I think I must have heard a rumor that they were releasing like a Voyager class Seekers.
Gotcha.
All right.
So where can we find you?
Right.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll start with Dave. Dave, you do some pretty good photography. Where can the fine folks out there find you at?
By the way, Sony, good call. Alpha Trion. We do need a good real Alpha
need
Trion.
a good Alpha Trion. Not a lion one.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said that was good.
You can find me on my Instagram at TrueStarScreamer. And just don't forget, hashtag Dave was right. That's going to be a future That's going to be a future T-shirt right here. But yes, Instagram at TrueStarScreamer. And occasionally on PlayStation Network when I'm not playing single-player games of games I should have played 5 years ago, because I'm really enjoying God of War 4 now.
Right on. All right, moving right along. Partsformer. Where can the fine folks out there find you at?
You can find me anywhere on the internet where you type in the word Partsformer. Instagram, Twitter, Xbox Live, PlayStation 4 Network, PlayStation Network, and here with you all.
Right on. Mr. Joe Crab, where can they find you at?
Well, if you're looking for some sick deals on some Iron Factory figures,
and your name is Winston Leggett,
then you go to Facebook and you go to the Toyco group and or the Fuck group. And
the Fuck group?
Yeah, Fuck group. Figures, Ultimate Collectors Kingdom. And type in my name, Joe Crab. And
so look up Joe Crab in the Fuck group.
You can find, I'm in the Fuck group all day.
You can find crabs in the never mind.
Yeah, it's
all right, next up, if you don't know how to use Google and you haven't clicked on any of his videos, Mr. T-Man 978, where can the fine folks find you?
In the bed. My back started hurting. I've been wanting to lay down this whole time.
I'm old.
Yeah.
Hell.
T-Man 978. Just look me up.
You can find him on on YouTube, Vimeo, and Pornhub.
And his bed.
And his bed. As for me, you can find me here with these fine gentlemen every Thursday night. And that's my resolution after February to be here every Thursday night, as my on-call responsibilities should be coming to an end. Anyway, you can find me on Instagram as Extra Zero. You can find me on Twitter at The Original Zero. You can find me on the PlayStation Networks and Xbox Live as Extra Zero. There's Extra Space Zero on Xbox. And after I transition to this new job, I should have plenty of time to play games as my work-life balance will even itself out. Anyway, it's been fun having y'all. It's been fun being here, and we will see you all same figure action time, same figure action place right here on YouTube. Peace out.
Bye.
Later.
Bye, buddy.